So, imagine uko kwa bedsita yako South B or Isili. It's 2 a.m. and you're using ChatGPT to script your next viral TikTok or code a new M-Pesa tool. You're just trying to make a hustle, right? But suddenly, someone knocks on your door and tells you that what you are doing is now illegal. Hiyo ndio reality ya Senator Karen Nyamu's AI Bill 2026. If you don't know these rules, you are looking at a 5 million shilling fine ama miaka tano kule Kamiti. This isn't just a rumor. It's being debated in the Senate as we speak. Is this bill meant to protect us from deepfakes ama wanataka kubari the silicon savannah kabisa? Leo tuna break down viproper using my very own tech circuit risk meter. Tutaangalia which AI tools will land you in trouble na gava na which ones are safe. So, kawe ni mjanja, stay tuned because your side hustle might just be on that high risk list. Let's go. So, just to start off, I know mnajiuliza the same thing. Karenyamu. Yeah, that Karenyamu ndo propose like this AI bill. And I'm guessing it's stemming from that video from like way back. I think it was in 2024, Yaki Yaki Kiss Omtata or something. But I guess she must have been pissed. Or perhaps Msali mpatia like Mwakenya akasema, hey, present this in the Senate. But either way, lazima tujiulize, mbona gava imeamua kucheza hivi? Sai. Why this bill and why now? Ni kwa sababu Kenya is no longer just a spectator in the world of tech. Sisi ndo like the silicon savannah and haturingi. From M-Pesa to our crazy startup scene, we lead Africa. And it's the truth. But with great power comes great chaos. AI imewasha moto Nairobi and it's moving faster than the law can ever keep up. With every week we hear something new. I mean, right now I'm hearing about open claw and it's everywhere, and I'll do a video about that sometime later. But AI is really moving fast, and we've seen it all. Like that deepfake video ya Karen Nyamu, akikisa Omtata. Deepfake ziko kila mahali, and zingine ni za kuchekesha, but zingine ni crazy sana. And there's also that issue of algorithmic bias. So imagine an AI loan app ikikata kukupea kakitu because of your area code ama your tribe. Having an app, check your background and everything and seeing if you really qualify. That's how they would say it. But, what if they check your tribe or something? Ndo wakweze kupatia hii loan. So, hii si story ya jaba. And it's happening. Gava is looking at this and thinking, wait, we definitely need a leash before this animal bites us. So this isn't just a random move, it's part of the national AI strategy. There's a 152 billion shilling plan to digitize Kenya by 2030. How it's going to happen and if it's going to happen, we don't know. But Karen Nyamu tabled this bill in 2026, up of Feb, because the 2027 elections are around the corner. From my previous channel, I talked about how AI could influence elections in 2027, and it's crazy. I'd advise you to go check that out. I'll link it down below or just post up something here so that you can click and go check it out. So they just want to ensure that this digital space is regulated before the campaigns hit fever pitch. And I don't want to blame them because we've seen what AI can do and this thing can get crazy. So it's the first law of its kind in Africa with this type of teeth. And by teeth, I mean jail time. Because if you get anything wrong hapa hivi mazi, you're gonna go to committee. And I'm not lying. So I want us to angalie this AI bill fronted by Karen Nyamu in depth. especially that part that actually dictates if your side hustle lives or dies. This bill creates a new office called the Office of the Artificial Intelligence Commissioner. Basically, undo like the AI boss wa Kenya. Undo msee ako na power ya kuingia kwa ofisi yako, even if it's just a small startup in your bedroom, and demand to inspect your code and your data. Ukikataa, well, hiyo ni criminal offense immediately. And hapa ndo bill inakuwa interesting because it has a risk-based system. Think of it like a traffic light system ya rodi. So first we have the unacceptable risk, the red light. Hizi ni banned kabisa. We're talking about things like social scoring, ile design ya China, ile vibe ya serikali kurank citizens based on their behavior, or AI even for subliminal manipulation. Hiyo ndo red card immediate. You can't even touch it in Kenya. So I think this is good. It's a good move right here. Um, then next there's a high risk orange light, and hapa ndo wengi wetu tuko. If you're building AI for credit scoring systems, or the tools that decide like who gets an M-Pesa loan, or AI for hiring for wase wa HR, or even biometric recognition, you need government approval first. Lazima uregister na commissioner and get a green light kabla launch anything to the public. And this means that your move fast and break things vibe inakuwa slowed down by bureaucracy ya gava and its risk assessments. And for me, some of these things as go like not really necessary, but either way, we move on. And finally, there's this low risk light, the green light. And hapa ndo vitu kama spam filters za email ama basic computer care chatbots. Hizi ziko safe and you don't need much permission to operate. But kuna mtego. If you operate a high risk system without approval, or you ignore the safety standards, the penalty ni noma. We're talking about a 5 million shilling fine, ama 2 to 3 years kule kamiti. Directors and companies can both be held liable. So you can't just hide behind a business name. And pia sheria za deepfakes zimekuwa tight. You can't use someone's voice or image for AI generation without clear, documented consent, na lazima uweke records za kila kitu for at least 5 years. So basically, we're being policed. And this is the part I disagree with the most because of creativity. Like they're trying to stifle like creativity, I would say. So, the AI bill has split the tech community right down the middle. On one side, you have supporters who say, lazima tulinde watu wetu. Wanasema, we can't have AI loan apps rejecting people because of their postcode ama tribe. They want to stop the chaos of the deepfakes before the 2027 elections hit. To them, this bill is a shield. It's about digital sovereignty. Wanasema we can't just let foreign tech companies run wild with Kenyan data without any rules. It sounds fair, right? Protecting the hustle and the peace. But then kuna the other side, the critics, and they are roasting this bill properly. Wanasema we are writing a law for a country we are not yet. Think about it. Our startups are still struggling with high electricity costs and taxes. Alafu sasa unaongeza red tape ya commissioner. If every high risk tool needs months of waiting and expensive risk assessments, just to launch, side hustles will die before they even start. Devs on X and even on Reddit already are calling it the innovation killer. They're saying if Kenya makes it this hard to build, then they'll just have to relocate to Rwanda or Nigeria. Kuna pia the issue of power. Placing all this authority in the hands of one commissioner appointed by the president, wase wanafia, wase wanaogopa hii kitu, because this could lead to future abuse. If the commissioner doesn't like your political take or your specific tech, he can just pull the plug. So the big question is, are we protecting Kenyans ama tunafunga milango ya innovation before we even hit our peak? Nataka tuongele hii story ya hii AI bill ya Nyamu ya Senate and mbona inafaa kusumbua kichwa especially if you're 18 to 35 hapa Nairobi or even Kenya at large. Kama we ni content creator like a TikToker, listen to me very carefully. You know those AI voiceovers you use, ama those dance videos you create, ama ile AI tool unatumia kuedit thumbnails zako ndo zikae extra. Under this AI bill, your creativity could be a liability. Section 4 says you must label any synthetic content. If you post a deepfake, even for fun, ama satire, na ukose kulabel properly, you're suddenly in information integrity territory. Imagine unafanya tu content yako kawaida but suddenly you're facing criminal charges because of an AI tool that you used and it was labeled as misleading. 5 million shillings as a fine. Most of us don't have that lying around. Uni, prison like direct. And also for the devs and freelancers, most of you are building apps for M-Pesa for fraud detection, job matching, amata, those small lending platforms for local circles. Under the new law, those are all high risk systems. Inamaanisha the move fast and break things era is dead. You can't just code and launch. Lazima uregister na huyo commissioner wa AI, upay fees na undergo risk assessments. This bureaucracy is what kills startups before they even see the light of day. So wase wanaogopa kuinnovate because who wants jail time over a bug in their code? Finally, think about the Gen Zs, the same ones who took to the streets in 2024 to demand a better future. Our digital space was our only free zone. But now, the government is creating a digital police force to monitor the tools we use to learn and to communicate. The question isn't just about regulation, it's about sovereignty. Are we protecting Kenyans ama tunaunda mazingira yenye ni ya big corporations wenye wanaweza afford to kubuild hizi AI things? Are we making the Silicon Savannah a members only club for the rich and connected? Because if a young dev in Eldoret can't launch his AI farming tool without fear of a 5 million shilling fine, then we've already lost the tech race before we even started. My honest opinion, well, siku hizi regulation is necessary, especially when it comes to things like deepfakes na algorithmic bias. Hizi ni problems za ukweli na lazima tuzidimbue. We have to protect the integrity of our digital space, but ethically. But eco criminalize innovation before we even have the infrastructure. Hiyo nayo ni crazy, bro. Instead of jail time for devs, we need like a regulatory sandbox. Places where young Kenyans can test their AI without the fear of the 5 million shilling fine hanging on their necks. And we need tax breaks for local startups. And most importantly, we need actual youth voices at the Senate table. Ndo vitu kaa hizi hazipiti bila voices zetu. Hatuwezi kuwa na old guard deciding the future of code they don't even understand or use. But hiyo ni opinion yangu tu. What do you think? Is this bill necessary protection? Ama it's the silicon graveyard? I want to hear from you. So drop your comment hapo chini. Are you pro or against it? Let the debate start.